And we're back with another week of Athletic Arena Podcast. I'm G. This is James. Last week we did all right. I went 10 and let's see. Uh I went 10 and 8. You went 11 and 7 in college football, and we both ended 8 and 7 for NFL. It was those last,
NFL
bro,
like
it was those last three games. The Lions and the Chiefs, the Bills and the Falcons, and the Bears and the Commanders. Those last three games killed us. We were close on pretty much everything else. But with that being said, there's 20 games in college football. There's 15 in the NFL this week. So let's see how we do at a 35 this week. With the first game, we're kicking off Friday night. It's going to be Louisville visiting number two Miami. Miami's undefeated and a 13 and a half point favorite. Um, to me, nobody's stopping Miami right now. They're on a roll. They're doing pretty good. Um, I'm gonna take this one, Miami at 10 and a half.
yeah. Mm, I don't know. It's something about this game. I just look at it and it's like, maybe it should be closer, but I think Miami will win. So I'm just gonna take Miami money line.
Yeah, this one's gonna be it's gonna be a ACC game. It's gonna be a close one. Um, I just think Miami's gonna break it out towards the second half. Next game, we have newly ranked Nebraska visiting Minnesota. Nebraska is an 8.5 point favorite on the road. Um, Minnesota's not as good as everybody thinks. I'm going to take Nebraska at 6.5 here.
Yeah. They came, with that big win against Maryland coming back. Uh, they have close games. And actually, the other close game was against Cincinnati, who's just also ranked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Nebraska money line.
Yeah, Nebraska's got a pretty good defense too. Um, and for what I think is going to be one of the games of the day, number 10 LSU visiting number 17 Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is a 2.5 point favorite. I believe Vandy's coming off of a bye. I don't think they played last week. Um, and with them coming off that loss to Alabama, I see um Pavia actually having a pretty decent game. Hopefully he can knock those interceptions down or keep them down at least. Um, 2.5, that's pretty close, but I think LSU has a little bit better defense in this one, and I think LSU is going to be able to pull it out. So I'm going to take LSU plus 5.5.
Hey, yeah, crazy stat going into this game is that the leading rusher out of the two teams is Diego Pavia,
Yeah.
which I think that's crazy. Um, but Vandy at home, I'm gonna take them money line.
Oh, yeah. I don't. I just think it's going to be. I hopefully he keeps down those interceptions. If he can, that's what hurt him against Alabama was he had too many turnovers in that game. He was forcing it instead of taking what the defense gave him. Um, Next game, which to me I think this is an upset here. Um, Undefeated Georgia Tech, number 12, visiting Duke. They're 4-2, and Duke is a 1.5 point favorite. I mean, when you see a spread like this at 1.5, it's a toss up. Um, Most of the time you'll be able to get the opposite team at a minus as well. So for me, I'm gonna take Georgia Tech minus 1.5.
Yeah, I'm not betting against Haynes King. I've done that before once already this year. He made me pay. He made me pay again with a spread. So I'm taking Georgia Tech money line. I don't know why they're dogs there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't see how a team is. has two losses facing undefeated. And Georgia Tech isn't just beating people. They're opening the doors and flooding them out. Like they're doing pretty good this year. And no, I guarantee nobody's seen Georgia Tech coming in and being undefeated for the first 7 weeks. And
No.
next, yeah, yeah, no, nobody's seen that one. Next game we have number 14 Oklahoma coming off that terrible loss to Texas. They are visiting South Carolina, and Oklahoma's a 5.5 point favorite here. Um, if they can't, if they can't get this quarterback situation fixed and in a hurry for Oklahoma, I think South Carolina's defense will be able to keep them in this game. Um, I'm just going to take Oklahoma money line on this one.
That's the same exact thing I was thinking. Like, depending on who's at quarterback, who's hurt, who's not. Yeah, I'm gonna take South Carolina plus 7.5.
Yeah, that's what hurt them last week was they had their quarterback coming off of that injury and he didn't really get, he didn't really practice as much. And you can tell their offense was kind of stale against Texas. Next game we have number one, the Ohio State visiting Wisconsin. Ohio State is a 21.5 or 24.5 point favorite. Um, Ohio State's been blowing everybody out of the water. I'm going to take Ohio State minus 22.5.
You know, Dan Patricia's schemes are like a big difference maker now against all these teams in college, and they're getting great margins on everybody. They've covered every game all year. I'm taking Ohio State minus 23.5.
Yeah, Ohio State's done. They've pretty much covered every spread that they've gotten this year. Next game we have Michigan State visiting number three Indiana. Indiana coming off that big win against Oregon. They're a 27.5 point favorite. Now this is starting to get up to where, it's getting close to 30. These are those games where I'm a little iffy on them, and I've been pretty fucking close on them this whole year. But Michigan State is not going to be able to keep up with Indiana. Indiana is going to open the floodgates this week. Um, 27 and a half, that's a lot. I'm going to take them at 25 and a half just in case something fishy happens, but give me Indiana at 25 and a half.
Yeah. Indiana's been nothing short of but amazing all year. Um, they blew out Illinois by 50, and this is not Illinois. So I'm gonna take the 26.5 comfortably. Like I'm not even worried. Indiana.
Yeah, that's Indiana's pretty doing pretty good. We next game we have number four, Texas A&M visiting Arkansas, and Texas A&M is a 7.5 point favorite. I mean, I see it. Arkansas is okay. I know last week believe I picked against them. Yeah, and they kept up with Tennessee. I did not see them keeping up with Tennessee. On the other hand, this is a completely different team, and I'm gonna take Texas A&M money line here.
Yeah. They've been finding ways to win all year. Arkansas, besides that, they kept it close with Tennessee, but they still lost.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Texas A&M money line.
Yeah, we both had Tennessee winning by uh 13 and 14 points, and it didn't happen. Um, Next game in another big game and another one I don't understand. You got undefeated Ole Miss visiting number nine Georgia. Georgia's 5-1, and they're an 8.5 point favorite. Now here we go again with Georgia. They are 4-15 in the last 19 games against the spread. And you have an 8.5 point spread here. Give me Ole Miss plus 10.5. I'm doing it. I mean, I'm not breaking it for one game. I'm taking the opposite team of Georgia. every
That is
time.
good. Yeah, I don't get how they're undefeated and they were in the fight of their lives last week, and yeah, I got to go with Ole Miss.
Yeah,
I think Ole Miss plus 10.5.
I just I don't understand it. I don't see. I mean, Vegas must know something, but to me, I don't understand it. Um, my camera better stop with that shit. But anyways, we'll continue. If it blacks out, I'll reset it and do some editing. Uh, Next game we have number 7 Texas Tech visiting Arizona State, and Texas Tech is a 9.5 point favorite. And here we go again. Texas Tech still number one in offense in the country. Arizona State not knowing what they're gonna have with all their injuries. Um, Give me Texas Tech at 7.5 here.
Yes, they just got beat by Utah last week, and the one team to beat Utah by 24 was Texas Tech. So I'm taking Texas Tech minus 13.5.
Ooh, jumping that one up there. Next game we have number 22 Memphis visiting UAB. Memphis is a 20.5 point favorite. And to me, I mean, you could bump this up 22, 23. Uh, I'm gonna take them at 18 just in case. Everybody knows how these games go. It's supposed to be a blowout, and there's always one. So I'm gonna drop mine to minus 18 and a half.
Yeah. Memphis has been one of those teams that's been low the radar for me. Well, for me, I've been watching them ever since they played Arkansas and won. Um, UAB just lost to Florida Atlantic by 20, and 2 weeks before that, Memphis beat Florida Atlantic by 29. So I'm gonna take, Memphis at 19 and a half. Stay with the hierarchy.
Yes. Let's see. Next game we have number 8 Oregon coming off of
Ooh.
that loss to Indiana. They are playing Rutgers. Oregon is a 17.5 point favorite. I mean, I'm taking them at 16.5, but I see Oregon here. You can take them 20, 25, 28. I see Oregon having a get right game here with Rutgers.
Yeah, same here. I'm taking them at 16 and a half. I got bad timing for Rutgers because they just lost, so they're gonna take it out on them.
Oh yeah.
So
It
God
it's
bless.
that's how I see it too. And if you guys haven't already, hit that like, follow, and subscribe button. Share this video with your friends. Find us on social media, Facebook and YouTube, Athletic Arena Podcast, on Twitter, Real AA Podcast. And let's get back into these picks. We have Washington State visiting number 18, Virginia, and Virginia is a 17.5 point favorite. Washington State has not, as you can tell from the last few weeks, has been getting blown out by everybody. We've been going against them on it, and I'm gonna stay with it, but I'm gonna take a Virginia money line on this one.
Yeah, Virginia. I'm gonna do the same thing. It's I don't know. It's something about Virginia. It's not like they're there, but they're not. So I'm gonna stick with Virginia money line.
Yeah, there's
To the,
I don't know if it's play calling. I don't know if it's, you know, a quarterback issue. The spread doesn't sit right with me. And I don't trust Washington enough to go and try and use them to cover a spread.
Mhm.
Um, Next game we have number 21 Texas visiting Kentucky. Texas is a 12.5 point favorite. Arch Manning kind of got his thing rolling last week. I don't know if it was more of Arch doing something, or if it was more Texas's defense that can't, you know what I mean, that did more. Um, I'm gonna take Texas at 10.5 here.
Yeah,
If I can get them at 9.5 somewhere, I would take the 9.5 and feel better. But 10.5 is where I'm going at this one.
yeah. Um, I don't know. I'm more or less. I'm kind of like thinking it's because Kentucky let everybody walk all over them so far this year.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take Texas 13 and a half.
I mean, we can both, I mean, we do agree Texas is going to win.
Oh yeah,
And and see, this is what I don't like about it. When we do this, for the most part, most of our picks, except for two picks, we've all agreed on this on a winner. All right, hopefully we got those. I got that fixed. Um, let's go ahead and start over. We're at number 11, Tennessee, visiting number 6, Alabama. Bama is a 7.5 point favorite. Um, to me, I think Tennessee's going to keep this game pretty close. Um, I I'm taking Tennessee plus 9.5 here.
yeah. Only because Alabama's been rolling and they just got rid of Missouri, and it was kind of crazy. But I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Alabama 6.5. This is right there in that margin.
Right. But yeah, next game I think is going to be one of the biggest games of the day. We have number 20 USC visiting number 13 Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 8.5 point favorite, and I mean this one right here knocks USC out, and it also, you know, kind of knock out Notre Dame for the playoffs as well. So this game right here I think is very big. Um, I'm taking Notre Dame. I don't even know if I could do that. I mean, Notre Dame's been blowing people out of the water too, and USC's had a pretty good defense. Um, give me USC plus 10.5 here. I I
Yeah,
do I do think Notre Dame will win. I just think it'll probably be like a last second field goal.
yeah. I'm taking Notre Dame money line only because they're at home. That's the only advantage. If not, I would have been like the same way. But it's too. It rides that line. Like this is gonna be a good game.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna take Notre Dame money line.
this is one of the game. This is one of the three games I have starred for the week. Um, I really do think it's going to be a good game. Next game we have FAU visiting number 19 South Florida. South Florida is a 21.5 point favorite. Um, I do see South Florida winning. I don't know about the 21 points. Um, I don't trust FAU to try and cover a spread. South Florida's been playing their asses off this year. I'm going to take South Florida at minus 19.5.
Yeah, these are. This is one of the teams ever since the first week when they beat Boise State. Byron Brown is like insane. So last week they were what? They were dogs to North Texas,
Yeah.
and they ended up beating them 63-36. So I have no worries with this one. 20 and a half, South Florida.
Hmm. Next game we have number 16 Mizzou visiting Auburn, coming off of a bye. Um, Mizzou is a 1.5 point favorite, um, which is kind of crazy. Um, I'm gonna take Auburn plus 3.5 here. I think Auburn keeps this one close, if not wins this game. Mizzou has been having a little bit, they've been having some issues. I know last week, um, they did lose to Alabama, but I mean Alabama, they are playing lights out right now. Um, I just think Auburn keeps it a little bit closer coming off this bye. I'm taking Auburn plus 3.5.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick with Missouri. It's money line. I think they're pretty good, and they still got the leading rusher. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna stick
dude,
with them.
that kid is sick. That dude's he kind of reminds me of Cam Scatterbo in college, like how he runs, like just put his head down and run. Um, Next game, and I believe this is going to be another really big game. You have number 23 Utah taking on BYU at home. Uh, Utah is a 3.5 point favorite on the road. Um, I think BYU pulls this one out just because they are at home. Um, Now there are a lot of people that think BYU will lose this weekend. Um, I'm gonna take Utah minus 2.5 here.
Yeah, because I think it's gonna be a close game. So BYU being at home, I'm gonna take BYU plus 5.5.
Yeah, it's gonna be that one's gonna be a pretty good game. I've got four starred games, so and we're on our last game right here. So I mean, with these four, those are four that I really think are gonna be good games. Um, Next game and our final game, we have number 24 Cincinnati taking on Oklahoma State. Cincinnati is a 22.5 point favorite. And I mean, Oklahoma State's just been getting their doors blown off ever since they fired their head coach. Um, Give me Cincinnati minus 19.5. I do see Cincinnati winning this game. I just see it closer to 20 or 21.
Yeah, Oklahoma State. I actually was like, damn man, they're Oklahoma State. They're got to be good this year, right? They got to be decent at least. And then I seen Tulsa like manhandle them, and I was like, oh, hold on. But they said like that was the first. They only won one game out of the last, I think, 15 games. So
Yeah.
going into last year. So yeah, Cincinnati 20.5.
Yeah. And that does it for college. Let's shift over to NFL. Big storylines. Still waiting to see if Lamar Jackson's going to play. Ravens coming off another loss. They're 1-5. Trey Hendrickson was hurt. He's questionable for tomorrow night's game. He may not play. If he doesn't play, hopefully Shamar Stewart is able to play. I know he was close to playing last week, but he ended up not playing. Um, Bro, and I think this is a get right game for Cincinnati. I fucking do, bro. Like on paper, this the Steelers defense has given up a lot of points. They've given up a lot of yards. Joe Flacco knows pretty much what the fuck Mike Tomlin wants to do. I think they've faced off like 19 times.
Mhm. Yeah,
Like,
he was talking about that.
dude, it's insane. And I mean, the only reason I jumped right into this is because it's our first game of right off of the week. You got Thursday night football. We got the Steelers and Bengals. Steelers are a 5.5 point favorite. I mean, it's going to be a game. I don't see 5.5 points. I mean, our defense actually stepped up and played a lot better. I mean, look at what we did against the Packers last week. I mean, they came out strong. If I believe if our offense could have scored, hell, even a field goal in one of those first two possessions, like we would have been in a lot better situation in the second half. And that's what's been killing us is no first half points. I'm taking the Bengals flat out to win this game. Yeah,
Let's go.
flat out money line. I'm taking the Bengals. And it usually happens like that. When a quarterback comes in the first week, real quick, starting off, only has a couple days, it's kind of slow. They pick it up in the second half, and then the next game, they always blow up in the second game. So for me, I'm taking, and it's not just because I'm a Bengals fan, but I do believe this is the week we finally get a win. Give me Bengals money line on this one.
Well, Mike Tomlin had a press conference where he was talking about that Joe Flacco thing. He was like, "So you
Pissed,
telling me that
pissed.
Joe Flacco was good enough to be your week one starter, and then you trade him to your division rival who is lacking in that area?" He's like, he must be smarter than me. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and then when they asked him, they said who? And he said Andrew Berry.
yeah, I don't I'm still like, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. But either way, Joe Flacco, he's decent. And hmm,
I was just
yeah,
happy.
I don't think it's a problem.
I was
I'm just
just
taking up a
happy.
problem.
I was just happy that he didn't throw, he had no interceptions thrown last week. He took one sack in the game. If that would have been Jake Browning, there would have been 5 sacks and 4 interceptions in that game. And there's no way we would have scored 18 points against the fucking Packers.
Yeah, but the Packers don't get picks or turnovers like that. That's like the whole thing of why they got robbed by, Mekhi Pfeiffer. That he only what? There's only been 2 turnovers the whole year for the Packers. So yeah,
And
they're
and that's the other thing. Mekhi Pfeiffer didn't get no sack on us either.
well, yeah, he's too lazy. When y'all were
He
running up, when you seen how he was on the field when y'all ran the ball, like he seen y'all ran the ball, he just stopped in his tracks and didn't do nothing. Just
and
let him go.
that's what I kept saying. I'm gonna run the ball towards him. Just run the ball at him. Now, what kind of confused him, he did do that kind of lining up at a linebacker stance instead of on the D line. And it kind of confused him a little bit, and it did put pressure on Flacco. But I mean, bro, Flacco was still getting out of there and making smart plays. If he didn't have anybody downfield, he just threw the ball away. He didn't take there was one sack that he took, and that was pocket collapsed real quick.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even Mekhi Pfeiffer. It was defensive tackle. I forget his name. Um, but yeah, it wasn't even Mekhi. And I was just happy because during the week, Mike is over there saying, "Oh, we gotta blow the doors off of them. This is a get back game. This is a get right game to show them how we are." You didn't do shit.
Exactly.
Like, dude, it took y'all to the end of the fourth quarter to actually put us away, and we actually outscored you in the second half. Like,
I was like, hey man, because the main thing I did put y'all for like the cover because I don't believe in the Packers.
oh, I did. I took us to cover at 21 at 20 and a half, 21 and a half, and I even in one I took to cover at 7.5. And I was close. I was pretty fucking close to it. I was a point and a half off. And that was on one of those just, hey, if it happens type things. You know what I mean? Like I
What's the
took
odds on that?
it was like plus 225,
Oh
215.
my God.
Yeah, I did that. And then I took because I thought the Lions were gonna do a lot better than what they did and keep up closer. And
Yeah.
I thought they were actually going to win, and I took them at minus 1.5 for plus 125. So I had both of those final games to hit, and then there was something else I threw in on it that would have hit, but all three of them came pretty fucking close, except for the Detroit game,
Mm,
which I mean, I still think that shit should have counted. I mean, that Jared Goff touchdown should have counted. I mean, them refs are fucking stupid. There needs to be a college for people to go to so they know what the fuck they're doing for this shit.
yeah,
And they need to be able to pass a physical. They need to be able to pass fucking eyesight evaluation. Like these motherfuckers can't see. It's insane. But anyways, back to the Steelers Bengals. I got Bengals money line. I'm taking it. You're taking the Steelers money line here.
Steelers 2.5.
See, I knew it. I was close enough.
Yeah, man. I mean, only because and that's just to show you I'm gonna take precaution with the NFL just because of what happened last week. I thought I was pretty spot on, but Yeah,
Oh,
bullshit.
I was pretty close in the morning games. I took and it pissed me off, and I should have seen it coming when I took Denver minus 2.5, and then they had a safety, and I was like, "You motherfuckers!" And the rest of the games, I mean, I want to I want to take every game at minus 2.5 for a winner and see if every game will hit that way. But it don't work. Somebody gives up a safety, especially this year. You're giving up safeties. What? We've had 4 or 5 safeties this year already. It's it's insane. Um, on to our next game. We have another London early morning game with the Rams taking on the Jags. Rams are a 2.5 point favorite. Jags do play a lot better in London. I'm gonna take Jags plus 7.5.
Mm, yeah, that's the way I was thinking too, but a little bit more. Jags 10 and a
I
half.
fucking knew it. I've been noticing you like doing this year. You've been doing plus 10.5 on a lot of teams. I've noticed that. Uh,
Yeah, good. Most of them are good with that. It's the only one that didn't was actually the Lions, which is insane. But yeah,
yeah, I did not see that one not going that way. Next game, kicking off the morning games in a divisional game, we have the Raiders visiting the Chiefs. Chiefs are a 12.5 point favorite here. Um, I don't trust the Chiefs at 12.5. 12.5 is a lot of points, especially against the Raiders. For some reason, not Travis Kelsey, fuck, Patrick Mahomes does not play as good against the Raiders as he does everybody else. I think that's because of Max Crosby. Um, for me, I'm just taking Chiefs money line here. I don't want to try and get the Raiders to cover. I just want money line here.
yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs at 6.5. You right. That's like that 12 would have been like, oh yeah, let me go all the way, like but nah, it's something with the Raiders, and I think it is Max Crosby. He's like a lot more destructive than people give him credit for. So I'm
Yes.
only going with the Chiefs at 6.5.
Yes. See, I think it'll probably be a 3 point game. I don't know what it is. Again, there's something about this Raiders defense that just gives Mahomes fits. I don't know what it is. I'll have to watch it a little bit closer. In next game, we have the Dirty Dolphins visiting the Dirty Browns. Both teams are pretty much last place in the AFC. Browns are a 2.5 point favorite, and I don't understand that. Like, Miami's got a good run game. Miami can put up points, and the Browns haven't been able to put 18 points up this whole year. Uh, I just you can't trust Tua, but you also can't trust your backup quarterback or your rookie quarterback and Dylan Gabriel with the Browns. Um, I'm gonna take Dolphins plus 10.5 here.
I'm gonna go with the Browns plus 3.5. I favor them in this one only because they got a crazy disconnect going on. Did you hear what happened with Tua said?
Oh yeah, I heard the shit going on with Tua. Yeah, Tua's little comments. Uh,
Yeah, he's crazy, bro. I don't think
I'm
he'll beat him. Though.
hey, CTE is real, bro. Like, and I mean, I don't say it to like as a joke to laugh at it. I mean, yes,
Yeah,
CTE is real. I mean, I'm dead ass serious. CTE is real. It and you can see it early signs in some players. I mean, I wouldn't call people out the way he did. I mean, look at the shit that's going on in Philly. Everybody's saying that we had player only meetings and we did this and we did that. And AJ Brown's like, I wasn't there.
exactly. That stuff like that influences what I'm gonna do.
Like, and you see all the bullshit that's going on in Philly right now. I mean, we're gonna get to the Philly against the Vikings here in a little bit, but Philly's got a bunch of shit going on. They got internal drama going on. You got the Dolphins with internal drama going on. You got Tua trying to call out his teammates saying they don't show up for stuff. They run late to meetings. Some of them don't show up. You got to make certain things mandatory. No, you are in the NFL. Get your ass to work. Go play football. Like, and I mean, Tua just needs to shut up and play quarterback until he wins something. He can't say anything. Play a full season without getting hurt.
Tua turn the ball over.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. Next game we have the Patriots visiting the Titans. Titans just fired Brian Callahan. I mean, it's insane. To me, hey, bring in Brian Callahan. Bring him back to the Bengals, baby. Bring him back. Our offense was definitely way better when we had Brian Callahan on. Patriots are a 7.5 point favorite. I'm gonna take Patriots minus 2.5 here.
Yeah. I think this is going to be an easy game. The Patriots have been looking, they shown apart once they beat the Bills. They actually beat a team with a winning record, not just like the Bills beating
Yes.
teams with losing records. So I'm going to stick with the pass at 6.5.
Yes, I do, and I think Patriots. This is going to be a big game for the Patriots. It's going to be a get right game, or well, not even get right because they're not losing. They're doing pretty good. I just need Stevenson to pick his shit up, or Travion Henderson is going to take your job real quick. Um, Next game we have the Panthers visiting the Jets. Panthers are a 1.5 point favorite, and I mean, this wasn't an easy one, right? Cowboys blow out the Jets. Cowboys lose to the Panthers. Panthers should be able to beat the Jets, right? I mean,
Should be.
should be. And I mean, Jets couldn't do anything last week in that second half. They couldn't move the ball. Justin Fields, that I watched that kid get his ass whooped last week. Like some of those hits he took, I was like, "Are you okay? Are you sure you're okay?" Like he's hurt. Like no, give me Panthers money line in this one.
Yeah. Only because it's kind of weird how it is, but I can't go against the patterns I'm using regardless. So Panthers plus 7.5.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Justin Fields come out and start cooking the Panthers defense. And I mean, he probably can, but we'll see. Next game, we have the Saints visiting the Bears. Bears are a 4.5 point favorite, and the Bears are actually looking kind of good this year. Ben Johnson's got this offense looking like a Ben Johnson offense, something that he's got his name all over. Um, Now I'm gonna take Bears minus 2.5 here. I like the Bears to win this one. It'll probably be by more than 4.5, but I'm gonna take them at 2.5.
Yeah. I mean, they look great. Like, and the Saints, I mean, Rattler's been actually playing really good, but they still aren't winning. It's not translating. Because of that, I'm just going to take the Bears money line.
Yes. And then our next game, we have the Eagles visiting the Vikings. Vikings are coming off of a bye week. Eagles are a 1.5 point favorite. I mean, we just discussed this a little earlier. Jalen Hurts, Saquon's not running how Saquon was last year. Jalen Hurts, a lot of people are saying he's just stat padding and just, running the ball. I mean, when you have your quarterback as a leading rusher of the whole team, I mean, it's insane. And then you're not even throwing to your number one receiver. Hell, I think Deontay Smith has more yards than AJ Brown does this year. I mean, it's insane. Um, I don't know. Is JJ McCarthy coming back to quarterback this week? I'm not sure. But in this one, give me the Eagles money line.
Yeah, there's a crazy disconnect with the offense, with Jalen Hurts and his receivers. I mean, I called it. Like, I'm looking when he was doing his reads and everything, his players going in motions, and I was looking, look where see he was looking at, and I was like, oh. He's gonna throw to Dallas Goddard. Like he knows when they're gonna be open in zone and everything. He still throws to Dallas Goddard like first read, just get it off. So I think he's doing that on purpose. But it is what it is.
They're
Vikings plus
winning.
7.5.
You know what I mean? They're winning.
Yeah.
I mean, they did lose 2 weeks in a row, but I mean, they're right there in it. Um, and to me, this game right here is going to be one of the best early games that we have. You got the Colts and the Chargers. Um, Chargers are a 1.5 point favorite. Uh, Colts are looking like the number one seed, like they are. They've been blowing everybody out of the water. Um, Chargers have been known to blow games. So in this one, give me Colts plus 8.5.
Mhm. Yeah, for this one, because I mean, the Chargers they are struggling. I mean, they barely beat the Dolphins, so I'm gonna go with the Colts only because I can go with the Colts plus 7.5.
Yes. And if you guys haven't already, hit that like, follow, and share button. Find us on Facebook and YouTube um, at Athletic Arena Podcast and on Twitter, Real AA Podcast. Next game, we have the Giants visiting the Broncos. And I don't understand this. How are the Giants a 7.5 point favorite?
Hmm?
Or did I
That's
write
crazy.
or did I write that down wrong? I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
it's the Broncos.
I'm gonna double check that one. I think I wrote that down wrong. I was a little buzzed up last night when I wrote these down. Um, let's see. Just so that way. Yes, it's Denver. Denver is a 7.5 point favorite. My fault. Um, and I mean, Denver couldn't even beat the Jets by 5.5. Um, this offense it stalled out last week for the Broncos. Just give me Broncos money line in this one. I can't trust the Giants here.
Yeah, I mean, I can't trust the Giants, and I don't know if I need to trust the Broncos. They barely beat the Jets. And the Giants have been playing great. They beat the Chargers and they beat the Eagles.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Broncos plus 3.5.
Next game we have the Packers visiting the Cardinals. Packers are a 6.5 point favorite. I mean, I mean, Jacoby Brissett was spinning it last week, boy. He was delivering that ball. Um, I think he runs the offense a little bit better than Kyler Murray does. Um, Give me the Packers money line in this one.
Yeah, hey, I think he does too. It's they actually looked good last week on offense and defense, which was crazy. The Colts
They
had to
did.
come from behind and do something crazy to win.
Yeah, they did.
And the Packers, I mean, everybody else is like, "Oh, the Packers with Kyle Pfeiffer," and he's not even getting any tackles or anything. He's getting assisted tackles, but if you go through the game, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So because of that, Cards plus 16.5. The Colts are way better defensively, so if the Cards did that to them, it'll do that to the Packers also.
All right. Hopefully that is the last technical difficulty I have. Um, but yeah, you said you were going which way on this one with the
Broncos
Packers?
plus Broncos with the Packers. I'm going
Yeah,
Packers. I mean Cardinals plus 16.5.
that's right. I just didn't hear that because my camera went out on me, but it's okay. Next game we have the Commanders visiting the Cowboys. Commanders are a 1.5 point favorite. I mean, I'm taking Commanders 1.5. I mean, how can you not? It, the Cowboys didn't they lost to the Jets. You go from blowing out the Jets to losing to the Panthers. Uh,
Mm,
Commanders are a way better team. Terry McLaurin should be coming back this week. If he's not, it'll be next week. I mean, Jane Daniels is still spinning the ball. Um, I'm taking Commanders minus 1.5 here.
yeah. I mean, Washington has injuries, but the Cowboys secondary is still one of the worst in the league. And yeah, what they are, the plays they're allowing is crazy. So because I favor the Commanders in this one, and because of how the NFL has been going, Commanders plus 7.5.
This guy, this guy. Next game, we have the Falcons visiting the 49ers, Sunday Night Football. 49ers are a 2.5 point favorite. I'm not sure if we're getting Brock Purdy or if we're getting Mac Jones again. Niners are just ridiculed and injuries still. Fred Warner's out for the season now with that broken ankle. Um, Falcons defense is looking great right now. I don't understand it. Um, Give me Falcons plus 9.5 here.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, not only is Fred Warner out, Nick Bosa's out too. So with those key injuries and how Bijan's going, yeah,
Yes.
it's I don't know how the Falcons are dogs with all the injuries the 49ers have. But either way, they might know something I don't, and I'm not gonna try to find out. So Falcons plus 10.5. Hey, y'all done got over on me too much, so I got something for y'all.
Hey, hey, if it works, it works. Next game, we have the Buccaneers visiting the Lions. Lions are a 5.5 point favorite. And I mean, even with as many receivers, as many players as the Bucks have out on injury, Baker's still playing ball. Is Baker gonna be MVP this year?
He's looking like it.
Like, he's got a really good chance at MVP, which is insane to say that a Browns quarterback
The Browns
is
go
is MVP. And the Browns ruined that themselves. I mean, they had Baker, and Baker was tearing it up for them. Trust me, trust me, Bengals could not beat Baker Mayfield. I believe I think we beat Baker once in like six or eight games. Like, and in most of those games, Baker had a game. It's I'm taking Buccaneers plus 10.5. I'm taking it. With as many, and there's a lot of injuries on the Lions, and we seen it last week. And you got Deion Branch on that 1 game suspension. Give me the Bucks right here plus 10.5.
Yeah, for this game because I see it's going to be a lot of plays, both teams. I'm just taking the over 52.5.
Ooh, we haven't had
Both of
one of
them this year and
those.
last year. Yeah, both of them this year and last year have been like really bad in the past. So yeah, I'm
I
gonna
see
go
what you're
over.
doing. I see what you're doing here. In our final game of the week, we have the Texans visiting the Seahawks. Seahawks are a 3.5 point favorite. Um, I do not see the Texans beating the Seahawks one bit at all, especially at home with with Seattle. Um, Hell, give me Seahawks minus 1.5 here.
Yep. You know what I mean? As far as points, the Texans, they have a good defense, but the Seahawks have been scoring like nobody's business, you know? So if it doesn't come close, I think the Seahawks should win, but even if it does, it'll be close. So I'm taking the Seahawks plus 3.5.
And there you have it, folks. Another week of Athletic Arena Podcast. Now, if you guys want to get on and join the podcast for a week, hit me, DM me on Facebook or on Twitter, and uh, or hit me up in the comments, and we'll get that set up for you. Remember, don't gamble away your house, don't gamble away your cars. Enjoy it, have fun, make lots of money. We'll see you guys next week.